Shiba Inu Coin news today, NFTs and the metaverse all in today's video.
What's going on, everyone? Win with Ryan here, and we're going to start this video off with a quick giveaway. We're giving away $100, and all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment below. Every single comment gives you an entry to win, and then go over to winwithryan.com to make sure that you are subscribed to my Make Money newsletter. That's where we announce the winner every single month. So with that being said, keep winning.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So first and foremost, today we are going to jump into pricing of Shiba Inu. Now, unfortunately, the technical analysis may not stand up anymore due to the fact that the rumblings and the grumblings of the United States going to war, joining with Ukraine and preventing an all-out invasion by Russia has become a real thing. And unfortunately, more and more news outlets are pushing that this is going to happen. And that is a bad thing for all of the markets. In fact, if we take a look over here, it is deep red. All right. So, I mean, 777. By the way, comment 777 down in the comment section if you're feeling blessed and if you're feeling bullish. So right now, as you can see, the price is coming down to our 50-day moving average. And at least it's being defended. Okay. So I'll give the bulls some credit there. We are defending that price right there. It did break below our supply and demand zone, but now we have a little net, and that is our 50-day moving average. And we need to make sure that we stay on top of this and make sure that this continues to be okay. Because if this breaks down, our next move is down to the 21 moving average, which will be here. And so, right now pricing, we're at exactly quad 0286, coming down to the 21 moving average, we're looking at quad 0265. Okay. So it's not that big of a move, but the problem is it's a trend starting, right? So 7% down, but then it breaks down. And then after that, we break down more. And then after that, we break down all the way to our Fibonacci level, which is here at the 786. So unfortunately, we have officially broke down. We talked about this yesterday, that the 0.70 was our current support, basically, and it broke below that. So we do know that it's being held up on the 50 moving average. Unfortunately, if you look here, the 50 moving average is sloping down. The 21 moving average is sloping up, which is fine, but the RSI is in the oversold territory. In fact, let's pull up just the RSI. So we get a simple and easy indicator here, and we look at this. So indicator, boom, we are dropping hard on the RSI. In fact, we ran up really nice on the RSI to here, and it peaked out, like we talk about all the time on this segment of the channel. When it gets to that 70 zone, look for a potential take profit area, and then bam, it dropped and it came up a little bit there. And if we'll notice, we had a little bit of a price decline on the RSI. Meanwhile, we had a day here and the next day where the price went up. As soon as that happened, which was here, that green candle, divergence, bam. So a lot of technicals lined up to show this, but in reality, the fundamentals is what's going on because everything is deep red. If we take a look at the Bitcoin, obviously as Bitcoin goes, the market goes. Bitcoin is in a little bit of a problem here right now. So we have 19 minutes left in today's candle. The 50 moving average sloping down hard. It broke down below that support line that's been a trend line for all the way since October of 2020. So, a lot of signs are pointing to downward trend kicking back in. The good thing is, like I said before, over here, we did have our trend, the super trend turned green, which that was a huge major indicator for us. So we could still be in okay shape as long as it doesn't break below that. Because if you'll notice, once the price broke above to the opposite side of this was the downtrend super trend, it turns green, and then you get the buy signal. So we do have a couple of things coming in line. We obviously have the Bitcoin price breaking right now below that 50. We need it to go back up above there. If not, it's going to be touching here 41,200. And then ultimately, we could be back into this zone down here, which is 36,000. Now, what we can do, we do know that this is obviously ultimately the bottom. This is obviously ultimately the top. So of our current little trend. So this may not be severe. It may not be holy moly, throw all your money away, get out of the markets. Let's just pay attention here. Okay. Because our next stop is this 21 moving average. If it breaks that, then we're going to the 392 Fibonacci. After that, we have the support line, which actually lines up perfectly the 50% of that massive candle. But so the Fibonacci, we still have some room. In fact, Fibonacci buy signal would be all the way back here at 36,000. So this could just be a cooling off or a little retracement of our new trend. So we do have a new trend, by the way, because we officially set here, right? So this was the previous high. We have a new high, new higher high. This was the high, higher high here. Now we are looking for a higher low. So this would be the lowest low. Anything above here would be a new higher low, and then going up to the top. We do have the moving average coming down, obviously not looking good there. Let's jump over to Ethereum, take a look at what we got here. So if we do the same thing, let's go ahead and remove this fib short term we had there. And we go from here, which is the lowest of the low, up here to the highest of the high, because now we do have 2 days in a row on the downslope coming soon. All right, so this did break below the 21 moving average. So now the only thing we have going for us is this 382 Fibonacci, if that can catch us there. If not, we may be dropping that back to the 50 Fibonacci. Okay, it is about to bounce off of this moving average in the RSI combo. Let's do the same thing for Shiba Inu. Let's get rid of the large scale. This new smaller time frame. And this is bouncing off the 382 and the 50 moving average. So the next line here is that 50% retracement, which will be down to here. And a lot of times those do come, like the 50 and the 618 are very common that the price would come back to that. Because as we always talk about, price cannot move in a straight line forever. But here's the interesting thing. What we have seen over the last little bit is as these markets are trending down, specifically Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as these were trending down, NFTs, the popularity of NFTs were trending up, right? Because the amount of Ethereum, you could actually store them in NFTs basically, and they were hedging against the continued fall. So is Ethereum going to continue to fall? Only time will tell. It's looking pretty drastic right here in all reality, with everything colliding to the downside. But the positive thing we have going is the potential of the Fibonacci. Maybe the bears are winning right now, but the bulls are just waiting because they want to buy the dip, and it dips back to the 50% level of this move. Heading over here to Yahoo Finance, you can see the S&P 500 ended up in a red day, Dow red day, NASDAQ red day, Russell red day. Stocks in sharply lower amid Russia-Ukraine concerns. So this is starting to heat up. There was whispers of it a little while ago, but a lot of the people that I also follow and do research behind the scenes with, they all are freaking out because it's about to go crazy. Most of them are actually getting into cash. It's funny because a lot of crypto people are anti-fiat currency. If we go to war, oil prices are going to shoot up, and we are going to, the fiat, the dollar is going to continue to climb. It strengthens the dollar when we go to war, unfortunately. Also a problem. We just recently, yesterday, announced that the inflation was 7.5%. Americans are starting to wake up to, holy moly, something is going wrong with everything in the world right now, especially my world, right? So your middle class, average, everyday person, like myself and others, you look at your grocery bill and it's going up. You look at your gas bill and it's going up. You look at everything and it's going up. You're like, I have way less money left at the end of the month now. What am I supposed to do? People get angry, right? So when people are angry, we have the 2020 midterm elections coming up. Obviously, there's going to be, war, inflation, all these things are going to be talking points. Well, the person with the best talking point wins when it comes to elections, and they're going to try to distract you, right? Because the person who's telling you the truth about how all of your money is going to zero. The other side of the actual economy or the other side of the political aisle is going to just send us to war, and don't worry about the inflation, because now we're just going to send your mom, or not your mom, hopefully, but probably your son, possibly your daughter, off to war, and that'll be your distraction instead of watching the markets. So sorry about the negative information, but this is important that you guys are understanding this stuff of what's going on, fundamentally what's going on in the market. That's why everything took a dump today, right? So what do people do? Well, you move to cash. You could, you don't move to gold, unfortunately, because if you move to gold, when the dollar goes up, gold value goes down. Those two are conversely related. Now, what do you do? Well, if you're in the crypto world, if you go into NFTs, that's a place that you can actually store value, and your price, if you get in a good project, then you have a good chance. All right, so here's another visual of what's going on in the NFT world, right? So this is Dune Analytics. If you go over here, you can see what's going on. This is the volume, the OpenSea daily volume inside of NFTs, right? So for a while there, it was climbing, doing really well. But what you'll notice is starting from about here, Ethereum started going up. And then so the volume of OpenSea started going down. Okay, same thing over here. This is on the monthly, not the daily. This is monthly. So if you'll take a look here, this would be January. January, things were doing really well. February, this month, we started having some really good momentum with Ethereum, so the volume went down. Okay, unfortunately, now that we will potentially be going to war as a country, OpenSea is going to start to realize more volume, because what I noticed too, when Ethereum was going up, I have several NFTs right now on OpenSea that are for sale. And one of them, the floor price is typically 2.5. And as the last 2 weeks, when this Ethereum run has been happening, it went all the way down to 1.8. So that would be, 5.7, basically 3/4 of an ETH, the floor drop, because Ethereum was. So what was happening is people were getting fired up. Ethereum's about to run. We're going to make a crap ton of money. Oh yeah, I have these items that I need to sell to recoup my Ethereum so that I can have that run up. Because obviously, if you're holding an NFT that's worth 2 ETH and then you sell it, ETH runs up to 4 grand, 6 grand, 10 grand. The multiplication there is much higher than your NFT going up slowly but surely. So there's a converse relationship between Ethereum prices and also Ethereum NFTs. So when you see the Ethereum price start to go down, you'll start to see NFTs over inside of OpenSea being bought more. The floor prices will continue to rise. Now, the thing is, when it comes to NFTs, though, you have to still, no matter what, understand that 90% of these NFTs that are coming out are absolute garbage. So you have to do your research. You have to get involved. By the way, if you get involved with our team, and you can see some of the NFTs that have been dropping lately, we're in a lot of alpha groups. We're actually about to do a lot of NFT stuff. So start to turn your brain on. I know a lot of our viewers are all about, micro caps, well, basically meme coins. Meme coins are awesome. They're a lot of fun. There's a lot of risk and potential and things of that, right? High risk, high reward. Well, NFTs can be very similar to that. However, there's a lot more research you can do on the NFT side and see how viable the project will actually be. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering lots of NFT stuff coming up and metaverse projects coming up in the future. So speaking of metaverse, let's go talk about some of those microcap coins that have NFTs and they also have metaverse involved in it. All right, so here we are over at Dex Tools. Dex Tools is the site that I like to use most when it comes to checking out what's going on in the microcap markets, because they haven't quite made it onto TradingView. I know I've had that question every once in a while recently of, hey, why don't you find all of the tokens on TradingView? They're so new and they're so up and coming that they don't have them on TradingView yet. So they have them over here on dextools.io. So let's go ahead and take a look. First and foremost, we're going to take a look at Inuyasha. Inuyasha, one of the greatest ecosystem incubator launch pads out there on the market right now, especially in the Ethereum market. They are up today 5% despite all of the craziness in the market. As you can see, they have In fact, it hit that trend line today and rebounded really nicely off that trend line, which is good. So it's still fighting to stay up in the price that was the previous all-time high, which is getting very, very close to that. So very exciting to see Inuyasha, even through all the turmoil in today's news, they're still doing well. Why? Because they're launching successful projects. So right now, one of the successful projects they've launched is Guzzler. Guzzler is an NFT game. It's a racing game where you can race cars, but the whole concept of this is NFTs. You actually mint an NFT, you mint a Lambo, you mint an Audi R8, you mint a BMW, whatever. You will have an actual NFT car, and then every item you put on that car is an NFT. The wheel upgrade you put on it, the wing on the back, the arrows, the new engine, all of that is an NFT, and you burn your old one and you upgrade, and then you can sell them in the actual metaverse as well. Inuyasha also launched Pochi Inu. Pochi is having a little bit of a rough time this week. It has taken a serious hit as far as down. So if we take a look at the price, we have from its all-time high, it is currently down 67%. So not too bad. I mean, we've seen some really, really bad problems. And considering that when it launched, it went up to its all-time high, 7,915%. So if you bought at the top and you're down here, not a big deal. In fact, right now, even if you were to get out of this project, you're still up 2,500%, which is absolutely nuts. So that was a great win. Unless you bought in here up at the top, then obviously you're in a little bit of an issue where you have to wait for that to come back around. But Pochi Inu is a great project. Next up, we have Safe Moon Inu. Now, Safe Moon Inu has been out for a very long time. They're actually, so SMI Play is their whole ecosystem. They are going to be developing multiple games and launching multiple games on their launch pad as well. However, they have a game that's already about to actually come out, and it's called Moonshot Voyage, which is cool, right? Moonshot. It's a meme coin. It's got the meme status, but it has some utility behind it. So I'm really bullish on this project. It has already had over a $100 million market cap at one time when the whole market peaked out, right? When, Shiba Inu maxed out and Bitcoin, everything maxed out. It's then had a drop off. And you will notice that these micro cap coins, they run up the fastest and they also come down the hardest when the market starts to correct. So really excited to see where this project will go in the future, though. I personally own a lot of tokens for Safe Moon Inu, and I will continue to hold them. Great project there. Next up, we have Zombie Inu. Also, these are all on the Ethereum blockchain. Zombie Inu, also Xenu is the call sign for this one. And Xenu is in its supply and demand zone. It actually broke down below it here just a little bit ago, like 2 weeks ago, and it was able to rally back. Right now, it is at a decision point. Are the bulls going to buy back into this project and bring in new buyers and take it to the upside? Or is it going to break down potentially to here again, which if you take a look, that is basically its support zone there. It was a support here, it's a support here. Is it coming back there? Or are we going to be able to take off to the upside where there's another right here support and resistance section where this could come here, tap it, and take off. So Xenu, take a very close eye. Do your own research on Xenu. Xenu is a really cool game that's coming out. Zombie Inu, you're going to be able to get these cool NFTs. They're 3D movable zombie mob secret society. This is their roadmap. You can come check it all out. It is a CertiK verified, audited project, which is always very important. They already have over 25,000 holders, and they're really trying to continue growing their information. They just launched their Discord because they're getting ready to launch their NFT project. So like I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this channel, you need to subscribe right now because we are having, you understand how much information and research that goes into all of this stuff with Nick and Kyle and all of us, AJ, JR, myself. I mean, we have obviously Tyler, the day trader, is like literally an NFT expert on our team. We're looking at potentially adding even more NFT experts to this team. NFTs, metaverse is where we are going. You want to get on board and you need to subscribe right now make sure you comment 777 down below. Now, let me show you how to become a full-fledged member of the Run Guy Army.